This episode of Ridin the Line is brought to you by Specialized Bicycle Components. The new Levo 4 is here and it's a weapon. More usable power, refined geometry, smoother integration, and it climbs like a machine and still rides like a true trail bike on the descent. If you're trying to stack more laps, train harder, or just ride further without being burnt out, the Levo 4 is it. Check it out at specialized.com. This episode is also powered by CTS Media. Websites, content strategy, photography, videography. If you need your brand to actually look professional online and convert, CTS Media builds it the right way. No fluff, just results. Head to ctsmedia.org and check it out. Shout out to Shred It, You're On. Their jerseys let you run a GoPro or action cam straight through the jersey so you can capture the footage and still keep your sponsors visible. That's a serious move for riders creating content. Check them out at shredityourOn.com. Big thanks to Gutter Getters, keeping homes dialed so you can stay focused on riding. If your gutters need help, check them out. If you need any home maintenance or home repairs, definitely need to hit up Gutter Getters. We appreciate all of our sponsors back in the culture. Let's get into the podcast. We are back with another episode of Ridin the Line podcast. Yeah, baby. Oh, man, it's just so fired up. Things are going well. Thank you again for everybody listening. And just a big, quick shout out to our sponsors. Thank you guys for always listening to the sponsor reads. I know they're a little annoying, but it is what it's keeping us going, you know? So I appreciate you guys listen to those reads, and big shout out to Specialized Bicycle Components. Shred It, You're On. We got Gutter Getters on board, and also CTS Media helping us out. So I appreciate all of our sponsors getting this podcast going. And thank you guys for listening again. We got a solo mission today. Just Ross Mockton and myself, Cason Smith, on today's episode. This will be episode 15. But Ross, big announcement, brother. You got a nice hat. I got a nice shirt.
Hey, we got a sweet company on board. As you guys have seen from a couple of the past episodes, guys decided to hop on the line, man. They're riding the line with us. I've been enjoying a little bit of time on that Specialized Turbo Levo 4 sitting over there. And actually got out on it today. We'll talk a little bit about that. But huge thanks to those guys. Thanks to Tony, our Southeast rep, man. He absolutely knocked it out of the park for us. So we're super stoked to be repping the brand. And as we get some more seat time on the bikes, be able to kind of tell you a little bit about the bikes. We're also going to have some guests coming on the show. I'm not going to give any spoiler alerts as of yet, but we got some cool folks that we're going to be having on the show coming up. So yeah, man, big news with the special, the Big Red S. Stoked to be on those bikes, and stoked to have those guys on our side. They've really shown us a whole lot of support. One and two, I've maybe heard a thing or two, and with some of the stuff that they've got coming out, I think it's going to be pretty rad. I don't know what it all is yet, but I know there's a whole lot of hype internally about it, so I'm pretty excited as well.
Yeah, what we have heard is that Specialized is not stopping.
No, not at all.
They are full gas. There's a bunch of sick new stuff coming out, and we are going to be along the ride, no pun intended there, to tell you guys about everything and keep you guys up to date on product launches and events and whatnot. And yeah, man, this is so cool. It's such a dream come true. I mean, if I were, Ross and I have been friends for quite some time, and if I was sitting on Ross's couch right now in his house and, sitting there drinking a beer, and I couldn't even imagine that Ross and I would have a podcast one day that was sponsored by Specialized Bicycle Components, and we'd be getting on a podcast weekly. It's crazy. It's not like
we're millionaires or nothing, but this is so sick. This feels like
Dude,
I'm a millionaire. That's how cool it is to me. So
looking, smelling, feeling like $1,000,000. Yeah,
yeah,
doing good, man.
yeah, I'm fired up, and yeah, thank you guys again for sticking in there and listening to our sponsor reads, because it means a lot, and I thank you for supporting those brands as well. So definitely, if you go out to your local Specialized dealer and check them out, we have one right in Atlanta off of Krog Street, right off the Beltline. It's a very cool store. So if you've never been to a Specialized dealer or not familiar with their products, that is a great store to go into and check them out for sure. But
I don't know if you've seen it, Cason. It's like I think it's right next to the Specialized store. I think there's the Columbia store there too.
Patagonia.
Um, Patagonia. That's what it is, Patagonia. So it looks like there's a sick double, because they got some of the AstroTurf in front of it, and then they've like built the concrete up into these two like mounds. Um, so yeah, I think we're gonna have to do a Specialized freaking Beltline gap. Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but we got to get some stuff in the works. I have some ideas floating for some stuff that we can do, Specialized related for Riding the Line, especially video wise. I've been itching for you and I to do something soon. Yeah, so stoked. And another thing I do want to like bring up. Sorry for the boring stuff, everybody, but
send it.
um, yeah, if you guys are interested and believe, for everybody that's, I'm about to blow their mind, there is actually people interested that are hitting us up, wanting to sponsor the podcast. So for those folks, I've gotten several messages. Yes, please, messaging any way you can get in contact with us. This is it seems legit. It's a pretty loose program. So, yeah, shoot us a message, and we'll get squared away. We're definitely looking for more sponsors, and I love throwing these brands. I wish I could support or be involved with, Ross and I both
Lots of
with
people.
as many people as possible to help out, and especially these local people that are reaching out to us, man. Yes, please, more and more. We love it. That's why we're bringing people like David on, that has local race series around us, and we don't, just doing what we can, man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and if it takes us a minute to get back, excuse myself, excuse Kason. I know I am absolutely slammed with work right now, and I know Kason just got a new 9 to 5. So I know you sold your first motorcycle today, dude.
Yeah, speaking of, yeah, now I got a real, we'll call it a real job.
Big boy job.
People get mad at me for calling it that, but yeah, it's a real job back in the 9 to 5 world. I don't mean real job as like, oh, I finally am, doing something better than you. It's like, no,
Savage.
I'm working a schedule. That's what I mean by real, real job. I'm not working for myself. So yeah, joining the team at Mountain Motorsports in Marietta. Mountain,
Marietta.
yeah, Mountain Motorsports is a huge power sports dealer. Man, they have what, I think 11 locations at this point. So I've got to see them explode over my lifetime. And yeah, so to join the crew and start slinging some motorcycles and some jet skis and whatnot. So yeah, big news on my end. Very happy to be doing that and talk to like-minded people all day, and
Dude,
then hop on
I
this podcast afterwards.
I exploded a motorcycle that I bought from Mountain Motorsports a few years back. And
Oh
they
man.
will sell you another one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Indeed.
but yeah, man, I'm super stoked for you. I know you just kind of started that gig and you're getting rolling there. So yeah, if it does take us a minute to get back, or we're seeing like we're waffling, we probably are. But also, yeah, Kason's got that 9 to 5, so he's been getting back into the groove, and I've been spending a lot of time up in Big Canoe and up in the mountains, just working on a whole lot of houses. So don't always have the best reception, but yeah, hit us up, absolutely. um, but that transitions into what's been up, dude. Besides the job, I don't want to hear about your job. I know you
Yeah,
did stuff. We don't want to talk about work,
bro.
but what else is new?
Dude, yeah, I mean, oh, yeah, the job is taking up a good portion of my time. now, so working a weekend day. So my weekends don't look like they used to, working the bike park and whatnot. But yeah, the fiance talked me into buying 2 ducks. That's new. Um, yep, yep. Yep.
You got ducks like in the house?
Yeah. Just 1 second.
Let it. Oh man, it's a cluster duck.
Yeah. So
Look at this.
we got 2 ducks. He's not too stoked about me holding them, but we got 2 ducks.
Does he not like you?
No, he loves me. They just don't like it when they're apart, dude.
Oh, they got to be together.
So,
What's his name?
man, what a disaster, dude. Everything's falling apart in here. So one is named Kenny after Ken Roxon,
Okay.
and one is named Coop after Cooper Webb.
Wow.
Yeah. So of course,
how'd you whisk that one by Abigail? Was there no argument?
Abigail's a huge Cooper. Oh my god.
You need a new light, bro.
Things are not going well in here. Abigail's a huge Cooper Webb fan, and I'm a huge Ken Roxon fan. So she was like, "This one's gonna be named Coop," and
Kenny and Coop.
Yeah, one was named Webb because Webb is pretty, a good duck name. And then I was like, nah, I'm gonna name one for myself. So yeah, we got Coop and Kenny, and they grow extremely quickly. Like we've had them a week, dude, and they're 3 times size.
Yeah, you sent me the photo of them when they were like a week and a half ago.
Yeah, so they were like a few days old,
tiny
when we bought them. Yeah, and yeah, I gotta build them a coop and stuff, just like
Coop in the coop.
Yeah, yeah, dude. So we're doing. You're gonna
have a lot of poop in the coop,
dude. We gotta clean it. We have to clean this thing daily. It's brutal.
Are they like? Do they just like shit all over the house?
No, they're in a. I'll show you later, but
okay, so they're contained in a pen.
Yeah, they're in like a 40-gallon bin, and they have like a heater, a water source, and then food. And
that's all a duck needs.
And then they just shit everywhere. Dude. They eat, sleep, and shit just like me, dude. So yeah, that's new, man.
Okay.
I'm kind of fired up about it. I ain't gonna lie. I already made like I have like a whole diagram of my coop I'm gonna make, and fired up about that. Everything else, man, just had a rainy weekend, and had a little bit of rain where it kind of just put our Sunday, Monday to a slow and steady, and just kind of got stuff done. And honestly, Abigail had my fiance had Monday off as well, so we just kind of hung out. And I haven't worked a brutal entire week of 10-hour days in a long time, so I decided to sleep in and enjoy my days this week.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, this weekend I'm supposed to race moto, and oof, it's not looking good.
Better get that kettlebell out, boy. Get on that treadmill.
Friday is like 60% rain, and Saturday is like 80% rain. And I'm supposed to race on Sunday. So
did you get like a woods tire or something?
Dude, if it's a mud fest, sorry, Will, if you're listening, I ain't racing, dude. Like I'm bailing. I ain't no shot, buddy. Like, call me what you want, dude. If it's raining for 2 days, seriously, no, I'm out.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll do anything else. I'm sorry. I don't have any obligations to be there. I'll race another one. So,
well, dude, if it does rain like that, I have an alternate activity for you.
Oh, you want to send me in a plastic boat?
You know it. Down some class 5. No.
Oh.
No, but I was like, we could get Cason in a boat or maybe an inflatable, because I mean it's getting warm, and I got some gear.
Yeah, we need to try something.
We keep you dry, bro.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. Well, what have you been up to? Speaking of,
fair enough. I've been in the boat a little bit. We'll talk about that in a minute. So, Not this past weekend, but the weekend before. You might remember Mr. Justin Edmondson. We did a little post. I think we threw a little post up on the Instas. So he was booked up, dude. He's been getting a whole lot of drivers. So he was booked up on drivers, and then one of his crew members got COVID. And so he was like kind of in a pickle. So he just hit me up and he was like, "Hey man," he's like, "You know how to hold a fire extinguisher?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You got your race suit and your gear?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Cool." He's like, "You want to come crew for a 14-hour endurance race?" And I'm like, um, yeah, I'll do it. Was kind of like the long and short of it. And I was like, "Cool, let's get her done." So I mean, I live in the middle of Atlanta. I showed up at Road Atlanta at 6:30 in the morning. And I did not leave there until almost 11. Um, it was me and one other crew member, and we almost had 3 cars to take care of. We had an issue with 1 car, so we had 2 cars to take care of. Managing pit strategy, managing driver changes, managing fuel stops. We did, dude. I was pretty proud of myself. Um, and again, as a driver, never been part of like a crew before. At least like going over the wall in hot pit. I've done some motorcycle stuff, but again, never like going over the wall. Um, we did 4 tires, fuel, and driver change in under 5 minutes.
God dang, that's sick, dude.
Bro, we were
Yeah.
on it. I'm sitting
Yeah.
there with the torque wrench, like click, 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 click. Like I was on, dude. It was fun. It was one step below NASCAR. It was ripping it. I
I'm
mean,
about to say, Dale would be proud. Dale would.
man, yeah, we did good. So we had 1 car went down with transmission issues toward the end of the race, and then the other car, we actually finished first in class. We were the
Sweet.
only car in class left on track, which is how we won after 14 hours of racing. So yeah, we brought it across the stripe in first. So another podium for Edmondson Motorsports. So yeah, we had a really, really fun day. It was pretty killer. And then this past weekend, I would tell you, Leah had the idea, 100% up to her. She was like, "I want to go camping at Mulberry Gap, and I want to go do that cool trail that you always talk about." And I was like, "You want to go
Deal.
ride? You want to go ride Bearhoti?" And she
Yeah.
was like, "I want to go ride Bearhoti."
Yeah.
For those that don't know Bearhoti, it is about 21-mile loop, maybe 2100 vertical, just over 2000 vertical.
Yeah. It's a pretty
So
decent day. Yeah.
yeah, it's a really good day. She's done Pinhoti 2 before. We did a Pinhoti 2 loop one time, but she was on her Trek Marin hardtail, and we had a piece of
Marlin.
yeah, Marlin, that's it. We were on the Marlin hardtail, and I was towing her up the gravel roads with a string, um, and pedaling my e-bike. So yeah, we had her on full tow rope to get up some of the climbs, and then like the last part of like the P2 climb up, I just kind of gave her the e-bike, and I pedaled her hardtail up that bit.
Yeah.
Um, she rode the hardtail down P2 last time she did it, but she really did enjoy it. And so what we did is, for those that know where Mulberry Gap is at, like you go past Mulberry Gap and then you take that right and you start to make that climb up to Bear Creek in the Overlook. There's a really cool campsite right there at the bottom of the climb. So like I went out the day before, like set up camp, all that good stuff. Because I was working up in Big Canoe. And so we got there Friday night, like at dark. And just finished setting up camp, crashed out for the night, and then we woke up, made some coffee. We took the Raptor up to the waterfall,
Yeah.
and then I just parked it there. And then so now she's got her Trek Rail 5 e-bike, and I actually got this thing. So I went to the top and I dropped like the top of Bear with the switchbacks. And then so she absolutely crushed it down the double track, loved it. Once it kind of goes down into single track into the creek bed, She loved all of Bear. We actually ran into Jenna Downey and some of her crew. They were pedaling everything. We were coming down, like we saw them like 3 times. Everything we were going down, they were going up. I was like, y'all are masochists. I'm good on that. And so also big props to Leah climbing P1. I think she only got off the bike at like 2 spots.
Yeah.
Like crushed the whole climb up
I
on the
probably
E.
know because Abigail gets off about 2 spots on P1 too, and
You probably know exactly where they
I
are.
could probably guess. Yeah. And every time I'm like, "Yep, this is the section we walk."
Yeah, oh
That is
yeah.
a super technical climb.
It
Like
is very.
honestly, it uses a good amount of my climbing skills to be able to do that. So like, yeah, I mean, definitely makes sense.
Yeah. And so we got up to P1 because it's kind of like you have the long P1 climb and then the short descent, little climb, and then big descent.
Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of like 2 climbs, 2 descents, like per Bearhoti, I guess.
Yep.
Um, and so we got to like the big descent, and I was like, all right, there's going to be Leah understands the word exposure now. Like she
Yeah,
understands
yeah, yeah.
what what that entails. And so I was like, there's going to be a little exposure. It's going to be narrow in some spots, but there's nothing like super switchbacky. And so I got about halfway down the descent and I just kind of waited on a nice big rock. Um, and she came down and she was just all smiles, dude. She loved it. And then, dude, the bottom, I don't know when the last time you rode the Bearhotis was, but the bottom of P1, like,
It's rowdy.
holy shit, so many trees down. Like,
Oh yeah. Last time I rode it,
massive.
I had to go over a few trees.
Yeah. It was, I mean, dude, there was one that was like hobbit hole size that you just ride under. Massive tree, like 4 foot around, like that, not that big, but it was very long, like very
Yeah,
big tree that you just rode
yeah,
under.
yeah, yeah. Last time I rode, there was definitely some trees that I had to go put my bike over and walk around. How was that upper section of Bear? The very beginning.
Oh, dude, I had fun. There was one tree down. Um, and it was right before that first right switchback.
Yeah,
There's a tree down right there, and I was like coming in. It was after the little punchy climb, and then I was like gaining speed. And then I just started cranking. I looked up, and it was kind of cold because it was the morning, so like my eyes were kind of watering up a little bit. And then I just like closed my eyes and opened them, and I was like, "Oh, bummer!" Like big tree.
yeah. Dang, that's a route. It's a rowdy section now, and
Yeah,
I remember when I convinced Abigail to like finally do Bearhoti and do like the whole deal.
yeah.
That was, dude. It was like, I was like, like as a as a companion, you've talked him into doing this. You're like, you just hope everything goes well. Everything you want him to have fun, and that's the first thing they ride down is that first section of Bear, and I'm just like, God, dude, it's
Dude,
rowdy.
I just told her because we climbed up from the waterfall. I told Leah, I was like, "Hey." So we rode in. I didn't take her all the way to the top. I just took her to the bottom of that section to where the little creek
Oh
is.
yeah, yeah.
And so I was like, "You chill here." I was like, "I'm
I'll
gonna
be
put
right
the
back.
bike in turbo mode, and then you're gonna see me come down over here in like I don't know 8 minutes."
Yeah, that's a smarter idea.
Yeah, that I did that, and then just I wanted the whole day to go good.
Yeah. Oh,
And
I
I was
understand.
like, "This is a good way to do that."
Yeah.
Um, But then she had ridden P2, and dude, even that, like, there's that at the top of P1, there's that really steep, punchy climb.
Yep.
Dude, she claimed it on the e-bike.
Yeah, dude.
I
That
was
one,
like,
it looks
yo,
intimidating, but honestly, on the e-bike, you could kind of granny gear it, and yeah, and like, same thing happened to the Abigail's. Like, you just put it, like, you use the motor. You can kind of granny gear it. It's like the super techie, like with his rocks and roots and like, that stuff that's gnarly. But yeah, the steep one, the e-bikes will climb for sure.
I did. The e-bikes go straight up, and I just remember being on like the acoustics and just being like, oh, this slog sucks. My heart rate's up at like 180. Yeah, brutal.
Yeah, and
But
by the time you get there, you're just like, ugh.
yeah. And then, yeah, we did the transfer through to P2. and we got to the top of P2, had a little bit of a snack there, and we ran and then P2 does the same thing. It's like the big climb, little descent, climb, big descent.
Yep.
We got to the second descent, and actually Jenna Downey and her crew actually caught us like there, and we heard them coming. And I was like, Leo was like, well, let's let them pass. I was like, I don't want people in my way. I was like, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, we're
Go,
good.
they will beat me uphill. I will beat them downhill.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I want to rip this. And so she's like, all right, cool, let's go. And so I went and rode it, and dude, it's the fastest I've rode P2 in a minute.
P2, so
I
sick,
felt
dude.
good.
And that upper, like, it's like upper to middle section. It's like after the first break, there's a section of trail that's like flowy that goes like up and around trees and back like this.
Yep.
Dude, and it's like one of the best times on a bicycle, and it's
so good.
fun. Yeah, it's so good.
And so I got to the bottom, and I, pulled the World Cup level stoppie coming onto the freaking gravel road. I was like, yeah. I was just
Everybody was like,
amped.
"Is that Loic Bruni over there?"
Right. And so yeah, I came out, and then I was just like sitting there, and I was just buzzing, man. I was chilling. I was like, God, I love that trail. Didn't have any big moments coming down. Go ahead. What?
I just said P2 is sick. Yeah.
It's so good. But man, there were a couple things just because, like, I mean, we've ridden the thing so many times. There were a couple spots where I was like, okay, I know I've got to like watch my shit here, or I know I can like boost out of this here, and I can pull some, I can pull some wizardry down this, right? And it was one of the best overall descents I think I've had down P2 in a long time. And then Jenna and that whole crew, like, kind of, Leah heard them coming, she got caught by them. But then Leah came down afterwards, and dude, she shot out of the trail, and she had some good speed. She was carrying the momentum coming down, and dude, she was just all grins, all smiles. Was absolutely killing it coming out. She was like, this whole day was so fun. And I think, yeah. And then kind of you ride back toward Mulberry. There's that little bit of that climb before you descend down to Mulberry. That climb, I think she started to feel her legs a little bit. And so what we did is we just rode back to the campsite that we were at, and I was like, all right, cool, sit down, have a beer, chill, we'll do whatever. And then I just hopped on, I just kept riding, rode the e-bike back up to the truck, put that sucker in turbo. Thank you. Yes. Put that thing in turbo and just yeeted it up to the truck. I think I was literally up and back in probably under 20 minutes to the waterfall.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so quick.
That's what, dude. I usually we'll take the van out there and stay at Mulberry and do that whole deal in Mulberry. For anybody that doesn't know, Mulberry Gap up in LJ is such a cool place, and I highly recommend, if you have the opportunity to camp there, even if it's just one night, to do it and then ride. You don't even have to ride everything, man. Ride P2 or ride P1 and P2. And honestly, after like, I've rode Bearhoti so many times, and my go-to now, especially with Abigail, is just park and ride P1 P2, and it's such a good ride. And then go,
it's good.
Like, because Bearhoti's fun, but I still don't think it's worth. Like, I don't think
the initial climb.
I don't think Bear is worth it. Like, I don't think the downhill is worth the climb. Like, I think P1 P2 is, like, as far as like bang for your buck, is the way to go.
I think, especially like for Leah, I think probably her favorite was P2, but her second favorite was Bear. And so when I look at it through her lens, I'm like, okay, it's worth it. And what's sick about Mulberry is that they will actually shuttle you up Bear. So if you stay at Mulberry, you can pay like $10-15 and they're going to take you to the top of Bear. And then you don't even have to mess with that whole climb. And that's what's so sick about Mulberry, because they've got like a couple 2-3 bedroom little cabins right there. They include breakfast with everything,
and they have hot tubs.
They have a hot tub.
Yeah.
They've got pump tracks, and they've got their own little trails on the property. And Kate and Andrew are just freaking amazing people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Kate and Andrew are always awesome.
Yeah. And so they will go ahead and shamelessly plug them. They open up, I think, this weekend. This last weekend in February is when they open up. So that's why we went and primitive camped it. We would have been staying at Mulberry had they been open, but I do believe they open up either this weekend or next week. They open, so yeah, go check them out for sure. So yeah, we had a killer Saturday, and then we camped over Saturday night, and we knew rain was coming at like 6 a.m. So we just like charged the cell phones, and we were like, all right, we're gonna be up at 5, and then we're gonna break this sucker down and get the heck out of here before the rain comes. So Leah woke up, and then she was like, oh, I feel my legs today. So me and actually Mr. Edmondson, we went and we got a lap down Amicalola Creek. We did lower Amicalola. Good class 3, class 4 run. All class 3 with the rain that we had. It was only like a foot. But what's crazy is it's a 3.5 miles of whitewater, and then you have a 6-mile flat water paddle out. Like Amicalola joins into the Etowah, and then you paddle down the Etowah. So like we started at like 3:30, maybe almost 4. We finished at like, we got off the water at I think 7.
Golly.
Yeah, sunsets around like between 6 to 6:30 right now. So that last half hour, we couldn't see a damn thing. And then Justin realized he had a flashlight with him. So that was cool. He was like, oh, look at this. I do have a little mini flashlight. But dude, we're just like paddling down, and you can see, because it was super cloudy, so you could see the reflection of the clouds like off the river. So that was the only way that like I knew where the river was going. Was the reflection off of lots of clouds. I think it was from like the lights over in like Dawsonville or something that. Yeah, it was wild. But no, we had a killer paddle. It was fun.
Yeah, it's sick, dude. It was a good weekend, bro.
Yeah, we were 2 weekends. Yeah, we were busy. So yeah, we did Valentine's Day in the woods, man. It was a good way to do it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah, dude. Well, did you? I know you were busy, but did you watch Supercross?
So no, I was gonna have you kind of fill me in. I'm fingers crossed for my boy Eli, man.
All right, Eli did win, so I got
spoiler alert.
One of my best weekends on fantasy was this past weekend. I got first, second, and I believe fourth, right, on my fantasy. So
in 450s.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Dude, you got to go watch either the highlights or just watch it all again. The 250s was one of the best races I've ever seen. Seriously, so good. Like, it's just Deegan and Kitchen battling for 20 minutes the whole time. Like, none of them, they weren't making mistakes or anything. They were just like straight up dude, every lap they would like pass each other back. It was crazy.
They weren't being jerks.
Yeah, it was good racing, and they like even at the end of it, they even respected each other, gave each other a fist bump and a handshake, and so it's cool to see them act like adults there. I mean, Deegan act like an adult. Believe me,
right? Call it like it is.
Does pretty well, but and then in the 450s, it was interesting. Eli Tomac took the win. Although Cooper Webb was looking pretty good, he led a good majority of the race, I think. I could be wrong. I think he did. And so Eli got the win, and then there was these lights, dude.
I was like, is that a duck or is that a light or a light?
All my lights are falling all the time, dude. Yeah, so and then there was a little altercation with Kenny Roxon and Hunter Lawrence, where Hunter Lawrence kind of took out Ken Roxon, and luckily I mean, Hunter didn't mean to, for sure, but it was definitely a bonehead move, like kind of a brain fart moment there.
Okay.
So you'll have to watch that, and he kind of takes him out in the sand, and then poor Kenny was about to get another podium. He's stacking podiums on his way to being in a championship fight, and because Hunter took him out, Ken got an 8th place, which really sucks.
Bummer.
Yeah, I know. So, I mean, Roxon had, I heard his interview with Vital MX, and Roxon was like, "Yeah, Hunter doesn't make moves like that. It is what it is. He wouldn't mean to do something like that." So, there's some, and Hunter was like super bummed about it. So, yeah, I mean, Hunter said, "I certainly didn't intend on taking him out. It was just a crappy racing incident." And yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, good racing. The track was pretty brutal. I mean, there was like foot deep ruts, and there was probably like 20 of them in the face of every transition. And so, like, I think if I showed up to that race, I would just pack my shit and say sorry. Because dude, ain't
That's
no
what you're
way.
gonna do this weekend too. So
Yeah, yeah. And Will's gonna make fun of me for it, dude, because I've been committed for a few months now.
that's funny. And it
Like,
was
dude,
Seattle, right?
yeah, and Seattle's
Yeah.
notoriously known for getting pretty rutted and hard to ride, and they had gotten a lot of rain beforehand, so everybody was kind of expecting it to be a mudder, but the track crew did a pretty good job there. So
That's cool.
stoked that it was a good racing track. But man, I just can't imagine, like, for anyone that's been close to a Supercross track or seen a Supercross track
A
up
foot deep
close,
rut.
like, dude, like, you thinking these 450s, right? You're going off of a 3 foot, they call them a 3-footer, usually a 3-footer out of a corner, or possibly there is 5-footers. And there's of course a rhythm section, and some of these 450s are tripling out of these corners. And so you're going, yeah, you're just, and then you're landing, dude. You're landing like in a couple feet span between two jumps that has, and you got to pick one of the freaking 20 ruts in between the span while you're in the air in the triple. And it's like, dude, it blows. And then most of the time you're landing that triple, landing, like, going through the rut and then tripling again, dude. It blows my mind. It blows my
So
mind.
you've taken off and you've already decided in your head. Well, you've already accepted in your head. There's 20 of these ruts. I'm going to have to pick the one that I see first that's in front of me.
Yep.
That may
You don't
not
have a
be the
choice.
one that I'm wanting to go to,
Yep.
but it's the
And that,
one that I'm landing in.
yeah, and that also causes a lot of problems because these guys, there's 40 riders on the gate, or you know, um, and so you're talking about sometimes 2 or 3 bikes wide when that happens, and when you hit those ruts, sometimes you get that big kick, and those guys are so talented. Like, when that bike kicks sideways, and it's called getting cross rutted. When that bike
Yup.
kicks sideways, they can almost like get the bike back straight most of the time. Dude, if that happens to me,
Done.
packing it up, brother. I mean, I'm going to hospital. That's for sure.
So
Because
and getting cross rutted is essentially your front wheel lands in this rut and your back wheel lands in that rut. And yeehaw.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, your
Going
front
to the
wheel's over here,
rodeo,
your
bro.
back wheel's over here, and you're on for a ride.
Yeah.
Brutal, dude.
Yeah, you
But
get
good
slapped
race.
hard.
I would highly recommend you go watch it for sure.
I
It's
will
definitely, if you're gonna watch one this year, it was a good one to watch.
I will probably fire that up after we finish the pod, dude, because I've been kind of amped on it on some of the Supercross this year. You've gotten me into it for sure. And yeah, following it.
Sweet.
So yeah, dude. Yeah, I've been digging it. Leah's been watching it too. She's
Nice.
slowly getting into it. She's not into it like she's into MotoGP. She doesn't have her rider yet. So she'll have to figure that out.
Yeah,
Um,
that'd be cool, man. Yeah,
yeah,
we got to have you guys over too. We'll get together and watch it for sure. That'd be
get a
fun.
little rowdy and see if we can get her to pick one.
Yeah, exactly. You got to choose one.
You got to choose one. Well, you can choose two,
Oh,
one for the 450 and one for the 250.
exactly.
She's
Exactly.
actually random factoid. One of I think he's in the 450s. He had a great start. What was the race before Seattle? Was that Houston?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at Houston he got actually a really good start in the 450s. And then he fell backwards. Hang on. Let me see.
He's gone. He's gone. He's left us. Oh, he's leaving the building.
All right, I want to take a quick break to shout out Specialized Bicycle Components for backing the show. I've been riding the Levo SL, and it's honestly the perfect balanced bike. It feels like a proper trail bike, light, playful, supernatural power, but it gives you that extra push when you need it. It doesn't feel like you're cheating the trail, it just lets you ride longer. Ross, on the other hand, has been ripping the new Levo 4, and that thing is a different animal. More power, more range, and it absolutely rips up the climbs. If you're trying to stack laps or push training days further, it's unreal. Whether you want a lightweight feel or a full power ripper, Specialized has it dialed. Check them out at specialized.com. All right, back to the podcast.
Freeze! No,
Yeah.
no, dude, you don't. Tell her no.
So
Tell her,
no,
tell her
she's not
pick another
necessarily
one.
no, she's not necessarily pulling for him. But he grew
Tell her
up
to
in
pick another one, dude.
he grew up in Cape Girardeau, where she's from. And there was like, so basically, like, they were like 2 grades like away from each other, like, growing up. Yeah.
Oh my god, bro, you should. Bro,
Right?
I'm not even joking. He's the #1 most hated rider. I'm not even joking. I can't make I'm not being over the top or dramatic. Like, genuinely,
No,
he's the #1 most hated rider because he takes everybody out. Like,
I've heard.
there's a video online I'll send you, bro, of Weston Pike
So funny.
punching him, like literally like wailing on Vince Friese because he took him out. It's oh my gosh, Leah, pick another rider. That's
Well,
unbelievable.
no, this is she went to,
I'm just
like,
kidding.
they're
I'm just
from the
kidding.
same place, man. She's like, I
I
don't know if
know,
he's
I
cool or
know.
not. Like,
I'm still
I don't.
gonna.
She's like, honestly, I don't remember the guy. Um,
Oh yeah,
so so probably for the better, right?
I'm just. I'll still give her shit though. That's funny.
Yeah, we're gonna
Uh,
show up with a Freezy jersey on, yeah, for sure.
oh my god, that's good.
So yeah, that was funny randomness, and I was like, yeah, I don't know his name, Leah. I was like, it just is, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
Seems
but
like it's not
he's a good
favorable.
rider. He's just yeah. There's a compilation I'm staring at right now that's about 3 minutes long. The video is titled "Why Everybody Hates Vince Friese." So I'll send it to you,
Oh
and
my god, dude,
you can do some learning.
send it to Leah.
Oh, I should. I will. You got it, dude.
That's the
No
way to do
problem.
it. That is hilarious.
Dude.
That's funny, man. So Eli's still on top.
Championship wise, no. Hunter is locked in the championship. But
Really?
Eli's behind him. So,
In second.
yeah, if Eli wouldn't have, he had those 2 bad races where he crashed.
That's a triple crown.
Yeah, and then I think the
Yeah.
following race is when Christian Craig took him out in the start. I say took him out. He didn't take him.
Oh yeah, when he got
He didn't take him out.
screwed.
Christian crashed and then fell into him.
Yeah. That's what it took him forever to get up on that one. I think it just seemed like he was super bummed.
Yeah, I was listening to interviews and like James, I think either James Stewart or somebody else. No, Jason
Malcolm Stewart.
No, it was one of the reporters. They were like, "Yeah, at first we thought they were hurt, but he's like, you think about it, these guys like Eli Tomac, he only knows being up front. So like, I think
Super bummed.
like in that moment he was pissed. Like he was just like not even wanting to get to his bike. He was like, "What the hell, dude?" Like,
well, throw in the towel.
yeah, I think he was just pissed, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm like racing right now."
Yeah, I get that mentality for sure.
Yeah. Well, Supercross done and dusted. You got anything else for us?
Yeah, dude.
Here.
I had to go. We're gonna make a long story short. We're gonna embellish on it. I had to go remove some squirrels or remove their nests this morning, so I had some squirreling to do and just do a couple other repairs. We got squirrely. Yeah, it was good. But then when
Shout out to Squirrely Dave.
Squirrely Dave, right? But then afterwards, um, I had forethought. I thought about my day, and I brought my dirt jumper and the Turbo Levo with me, and I was like, I'm going to Big Creek, and I want to see the new revamps on Hawkeye, and I want to see the new revamp on Hollywood.
I can't
And
wait to hear this review. Let's hear it, dude.
And brother, now that everything has pretty much hardened in, there's one little step down after the old wall jump. So there's the sweet one, the left-hander on Hollywood, and then where the old wall jump was.
Dude,
But that
sorry.
little step down is still soft. But dude, I went top to bottom, no pedal strokes,
Bro. Yeah.
none,
None.
none.
It's not even because I'm friends with them, bro, but Josh and Will just know how to build stuff, dude.
They crushed it.
Dude, and I even said that because I worked on it a little bit, I did some of the carpet work on there, and dude, when we were test riding them, I'm like, bro, this is so good. Like, I could ride this all day long, and with little effort, and
the hip before the road gap, you can boost that thing. Yes, you can go to the moon
and
off of
throw
that
a table on it, dude. Freaking
Oh, dude, it is so good. I want to see if I'm gonna go ahead and say it because I'm an idiot. I want to see if I can like 270 that like Oppo.
It's just hard because there is a little bit of a gap. Like,
but dude, I mean, if you come up short, it's flat.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, I've never done a 270. I want to try it. I would love to be able to spin that thing.
That would be sick, dude.
That's opposite spin for me. Yeah, over the right shoulder's Oppo. But man, it was so good. There was a bunch of folks that were out today, which was super sick. I'm gonna get all my names straight. Steven Luter was out there.
Yeah, Steven's always out there, dude.
Aaron and out. Aaron from Fresh Bikes was out there. Kyle, the dude, I don't know Kyle's last name, but he was on a S&M hardtail DJ, rear brake, crushing all Hollywood, dude. We did laps on laps on laps.
Dang.
And then I'll get back to this, but there was another world famous gentleman that was out there by the name of Josh Schaefer. The Narnomi showed up. I'm like mid-air in the sweet one, and he's like, "Yeah, Ross," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Oh shit, it's Josh." And so, I actually did. I'd never ridden with Josh before. And so we went and we did just a couple, like, kind of more of the tech downhills that are out there at Big Creek. We did a couple laps, and he's on a like 120, 130 mil Alchemy. Just doing his pedal thing, just pedal smashing. We did a couple laps in the free ride, and then we rode up to the front parking lot, and we were just chatting the whole way. I mean, dude, he was moving on trail. Moving. Those feet were 80 RPM to 100 RPM, no problem. Whole time. Moving. And we got up top and we were just chatting the whole time. And then I was kind of riding that high. So I was like, cool, I'm just going to put the thing in turbo and yank back to the free ride area. And that's why I ran into some more people. But I do want to give a huge shout out also to the Narnomis. I think that was both where Cason and I kind of got the first taste of podcasting, and where we kind of really started to enjoy it. I know after I did my showing on the Narnomi podcast, I hit up Cason and I was like, dude, I was like, you and me, I was like, we should do this. So I really want to give the Narnomis and Josh Schaefer that really, really big shout out. He was stoked on us getting specialized. He was very, very excited for that. And man, just the positive vibes from Josh today, and just getting able to, like, we're two dudes doing the same thing, same industry. And there was nothing but love. And so,
yeah, he's a dude. He's a big same thing.
It was awesome
when he talked to me at Jared's, and he's just so supportive, and like anything, dude. Number one, I'm glad he's so stoked with us, because I am also like I love his podcast. We'll call it one of the, if not the reason that we started.
Literally.
the inspiration behind it, so he's doing something right? So just like it's all love, but also like, man, people, it's like, dude, it all adds. It's all a big snowball. So just because somebody else has a podcast and we have a podcast doesn't mean that they're taking away from our podcast. It's all getting people to listen to the podcast. It's all one big happy family, and it's all good. It's just like bikes. It's like, just because this bike shop's here and
No,
this bike
it
shop's
is bikes.
Do
I'm
I?
kidding, I'm kidding. I said it is bikes.
Yeah, it is bikes, dude. Just because one bike shop's here and one bike shop's up the street doesn't mean that they're taking away from each other. You know, they're only adding to the community. Yes, big props to Josh, and he's always, man, he's like still a new friend of mine. I'll call it.
Yeah,
And
me too.
I feel like I've known him for years. That's how good of a friend he is. Seriously. Yeah, big shout out to him, dude, for sure.
But it was super sick getting to ride with him for a little bit. But yeah, back to the revamps, man. Hawkeye. So that first like shark fin off of Hawkeye, dude, I can get the bike 90 degrees off that and just straight
Bro,
chilling,
but
dude.
how about the jump
thing,
after the shark fin?
the jump after the shark fin is, I mean, it's got the pop to get you over now.
Dude, it's perfect.
It's so
Honestly,
good. Hawkeye's butter.
is so good. It's
I have one
oh boy.
one thing about Hawkeye.
Oh boy.
So all right, there's the roller before you cross the road for the step up.
Yeah.
The jump right before that roller
Needs to be bigger.
I just knocked the lip down a little bit.
Too poppy?
Too poppy. I'll land too poppy. I will land on that roller, bro. The speed I got coming down there,
it is
the way that trail has hardened up, I will land on that damn roller.
Yeah, I was brake checking into it when it was wet. So,
and the bike was not in class 3 mode. No. Yeah. If I was on my dirt jumper,
I actually, dude. Sorry, go ahead.
If I was on a DJ and I hit that thing, I would have to scrub so hard just to like put it to the lander. I love if that, and you're right. If that lander moved back 5 foot, I'd be like butter. But here's the thing, with it being so poppy, I saw a lot of people today just losing speed into the step up, and then they were just casing a knuckle. No big deal. But once you hit that thing, you have got to get your speed back.
I would say if you want my honest opinion, the step up's too big.
Step up's great.
Step up's too big. It doesn't make sense. Where are you getting the speed? Like the step up is too big for where it's at. Like, yes, I clear it, but I'm working like so hard, even on an e-bike.
You've got to go fast to the step up for sure.
So all I'm saying is I don't think it's the jump before's problem. I think it's a step up problem. Like, I understand what you're saying about the jump before, but you also got to remember that that trail is supposed to be a step down from Hollywood. So that last jump is supposed to be a hair smaller. But I think if you add 2 feet to it,
the takeoff,
I think the takeoff is sick, actually, dude. Like, the way I was
just saying, make the takeoff taller so that you get over the thing. But you're also going to lose. I don't know. Maybe that's counterintuitive.
Are you talking the step up or the jump that you saying is too poppy?
No, the step up.
Oh, yeah. We're on 2 different pages here. I was talking about the jump prior. I think it's fine, but I could see like a foot bigger maybe, but I think you're going to also have some people that are struggling to be like.
Okay. Then in that case, I would just knock the lip down.
Yeah, maybe.
Yep. And then keep the step up and everything else the way it is. Because I like having the speed into the step up.
It is a fun jump, though, the one that you're saying is too poppy. Yeah. I like it if you slow down.
Yeah.
If you slow down, it's one of the sickest jumps on that trail. Hands down. Just because the way it sets you up and like it's like the landing's a little hipped too.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
You get that float time in the air. Like, it's a smaller jump, but it's built really, really well. But it's made to float.
But you're right. Like, the first couple times I hit it, like, the lip is so poppy for the speed that I was like, oh, I'm overshooting it.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I'm about to go to the moon. That's how I felt. And then you land. You landed pretty good, but I was like, dude, I'm landing on that roller over there. It's like,
Yeah, dude. I'm going
yeah,
big.
it's a weird feeling, but you land okay, but it definitely feels like you're about to freaking. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
For sure.
But dude, the rest of the trail is
Dial.
don't change a damn thing about it. It is so good, man. Yeah, it's just that one thing. I'm like, man, I've spent the whole trail building the speed, and then I like hit this pop, and I'm like, huh?
Go. Yeah.
Yep.
You're like, please.
Now
That's one of those
crank
jumps.
to get to the table or to the step up. Yeah.
I love
But dude,
that feeling like when you're on a dirt bike, dude, and sometimes I'll hit a jump, and then I love it when you can watch the landing go under your bike, and you're like, ooh, you're like, I was supposed to be back there.
dude, I love deadlines, man. I love the sound they make as they go whizzing by.
Yeah, you're like, I needed to be back there, dude.
That was always my corporate philosophy. I guess that's why
I
I
love
don't have the
deadlines.
corporate mind.
Yeah.
Love to hear that deadline
100%.
go. Wow.
What do you think about that what do you think about that last jump on Hollywood? Pretty sick.
Dude, that thing is money.
Yeah, that's good.
Absolute money. The first time I hit it, I cranked into it as I've done with other jumps. Not in my recent past, hence my pivot shuttle.
I said, "Hey Ross, make sure you don't." I was like, "This is the slowest drop you'll ever hit." But he
Don't
takes
pedal into it.
2 cranks.
Ying, ying. No, I saw it and I was like, dude, that jump's big. And then I was like, but it also looks very trail speedy to me. And so yeah, I took a crank coming into it the first time and I got to the bottom of the lander pretty much, but I was still
Yeah.
going down slope. But yeah, I overshot it a little bit, but it was awesome. Like sliding out and like not hitting that tree at the bottom and all the wet slop that was fun. But no, once I figured out the trail speed, and talked to Steven and we were just sessioning it over and over, dude. That thing's got some airtime to it, dude.
Yeah, that thing's sick, but the sweet jump is somehow even more sweet now because
It is.
it's like before no hate to anybody, but before it popped you really weird. Like
It did some stuff.
every time it was unbelievably unpredictable. Like it was weird. And now it's just like got a nice mellow lip off of it and just like phew, sends you good.
That jump it has always been fast and it is still fast. Like that's how
Yeah,
fast
you
it's
always
kicker.
I would be like when I was hitting it and like towing behind people, I was like, man, I've got to be going way too fast. I've got to be going way too fast. I've
Yep.
gotta be going too fast. And it was like perfect. It's just like one of those jumps, dude. It's
Yeah.
just like stuff on air supply, man. You're like, holy crap, dude. There's no way I'm going to be good. And you're like barely making them. You're like,
Yep. They figured it out.
yeah, they've got a formula now.
So for those that haven't ridden or seen the new air supply, excuse me, Hollywood. When you come off the road gap, and then there's that big jump, the sweet one, and then there's a 180-degree just about berm. Not quite 180, it's a little more open. But there used to be a jump that we would call the wall. I mean, it was like a straight up like wall stall, dude. That has been mellowed out. And then if you get over that jump, everything kind of beyond it is good, solid trail speed.
Yeah, you don't need any pedals.
Until my one caveat there will be, look at the last jump before you hit it, because it's large.
You can't roll it. You can't roll it.
You can't roll it. It's
Dude,
large.
Oh my God. This is perfect. Little quick tangent
Yeah.
here.
Send.
When we were out there building and testing, it was the day we wrapped up the carpet on Hollywood, right? Josh Schaefer was out there, dude. Oh my God, this is funny. And and we were testing it, and it was a really bad day to test jumps. Like there was like 25-mile-an-hour wind gust, and like we were struggling to clear stuff. Like I was like cranking for everything. Like felt like I was getting blown in the wind. Anyways, irrelevant. But we finally like we get like I get dialed. Everybody else was pretty dialed that had been there. But I hit like the last section for the first time. Hit that last jump. And I'm pedaling up and I see Josh and I'm pedaling up with Will and he looks at Will and I, he's like some point something along the lines of like, bro, you cannot roll that last jump. You guys told me everything was rollable. I was like, yeah. I was like, just as we said you can roll it doesn't mean you can like speed roll it. Like, dude, take a gander at it. But he was like, dude, I about got thrown over the bars. I'm like, how do you roll jumps usually, Josh? Like, bro. Yeah, it was definitely not rollable for sure.
That's the new news headline. Ridin the Line host tries to kill Narnomi host.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Josh is a funny guy. I also tried to hit. He was at Jared's like about a week after that, and I tried to get him to hit the there's like a roll in line for 1776. It's a little further back.
Yeah.
Super steep, and I was trying to get him to hit that, and it's just he's like every excuse in the book. I'm like, yeah, I know, Josh, I know, buddy. It's all good, dude. I love him to death. It's funny though when he has like the funniest facial expressions. I know. I took him over there, and I was like, come on, Josh, like jokingly. He's like, y'all are out of your mind, dude. Like, he's a funny guy.
Dude, he knows himself, and I absolutely love him for it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So, go ahead.
I was like, he's just like, I know my capabilities, X, Y, Z. It's funny.
Dude, he's got kids. He's got to stay safe, man.
I know.
So I got to give huge shout out to Erin, Erin and Out. I was riding behind her, and dude, she's got, I don't know what you guys are doing going into that last hit on Hollywood, but there's the roller that takes you down into the valley. It's kind of the roller to the left, takes you down in the valley. Dude, she's coming over. So the jump before that, so it's the jump, slot berm right, roller left, and then the hit, right?
Yeah.
And so she was coming over that jump, hitting the berm really, really just nice and smooth. And she was popping off that roller, landing in the trough, and using that as the compression for the hit.
Dude, I can't even like think about. I have videos of me hitting it. Hold on, I'm about to live on the podcast figure out what you're talking about here.
And so I was pedaling up. I was going up. I was climbing up, and she had come down, and I was just like, all right, cool. I'm gonna watch her come down. And dude, she does this, and she just pops off the roller, hits the bottom in the trough, and just woof. And I was like, yo.
She jumps down this roller right here.
Yeah, jumps that whole roller into the bottom, like boosts off of it, and then
dang, that's wild. Wow.
And so
I'm surprised she has the speed, honestly, after she jumps down it. But
dude, it's hardened up. Like, dude,
yeah, when we were riding, it was hard. It was tough to clear.
I'm sure it was really hard. Yeah, now that it's hardened up, you've got the speed, dude. I'm coming into that berm before it, and every time I come into the berm, the rear tire's just going. Like I'm getting some slide on the carpet. I'm ripping some tire. It's and I'm coming and I'm still trying to figure it out, and I'm getting all funky, and I see her do that, and I was like, yo, that is rad. And so I had a job. I had to go survey, and I got a little late on time, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta go.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna take one more run down, or another, not one more. I'm gonna take another run down Hollywood. And I got down there toward the bottom, and I was like, I'm gonna use that little Aaron line. And so I popped off of it, landed toward the bottom, and dude, it just sets you up, and it is so smooth.
Yeah.
So props to Aaron, dude. You found a absolutely sick way to hit that jump.
Also,
that was awesome.
On the topic of Aaron, was working out in the yard one day in the backyard and listened to her podcast on Narnomies. And dude, what a sick individual. What a sick lady. She is a badass, bro. So such a good podcast she did on Narnomies. So just wanted to do a quick shout out since I did listen to that one. It was so good.
Nah, heck yeah. I need to get on and listen to it for sure.
It's a good dude. She and also like bro, for her, like, no disrespect, Aaron, but like for her age to be as good of a speaker as she was on the podcast was phenomenal. You know, like she didn't sound nervous. She didn't like she was very confident in her words. She did great. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
shout out to her.
And I had the GoPro on all day. I'm actually I'm gonna probably throw a bunch of stuff up. I'm gonna try to do it tonight. I may hopefully get to it this week, but I wanted to do like kind of like just like a overview on the new trails, just so
Yeah.
like and it was funny because like I showed up, I saw like I got Steven's opinion on it, I got Aaron's opinion on it. She actually said she had a really good thought. She was like, "This is a really good prerequisite for Cindy Crawford."
I knew you were
Dude,
gonna say that, bro.
she
Yes,
nailed it. Like and it was straight out of her mouth. Like we got to the bottom, she was like, "This is a really good prereq for Cindy." And I was like, "Honestly, girl, like, yes." Like,
yes,
I was like, I didn't even
yes,
cross my
queen.
mind. So all the mad shout outs right there. Yeah,
Yeah,
she absolutely killed it today. And then everybody that I got out there to ride with, I got multiple opinions from some folks. So I'm gonna throw them up on my channel on the tubes as well. It may be today, it may be tomorrow, and maybe next year. I don't know. It's I will get it up there when I can.
yeah,
But yeah, dude, the new trails at Big Creek, absolutely, absolutely great. Um, the trail armor is doing really really well, and everything has firmed up to where it's pretty rideable. It's consistent lap to lap, so that's awesome. Also, Rambo, want to shout them out. They made a couple changes right before the gravel road to lunch line. They put in like a double and they kind of resurrected some of those jumps that had just eroded over the years. And it made that section really, really fun. It's fast, but it's fun.
yeah.
And then also on the XC trails at Big Creek, if you haven't ridden those XC trails in a hot minute, get your ass out there and go ride them. Because, dude, there is like toward that back section, back toward the free ride area, and I forget what day. I think it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because I rode up past it and it was Tuesday. So yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday direction. They put this big old boner log, dude, and it is just like mid trail. I mean, the thing is probably 3.5 foot. Like it is, you can if you're cooking, you can probably shoot a good 15 foot off of it.
That's sick.
That yeah, they've done a lot of like kind of almost like South Shore at Jared's. They've done a lot of those log ride features that are super cool, that are just like skinnies. That there's a full U-turn skinny that's out there that they've put in. I was e-bike smashing, so I went straight past it, but I didn't look at it. They've got a lot of new little features going down, especially on like kind of more of the intermediate trails in the back half of the XC range, that were really, really cool. There was a point where I was kind of irritated with some of the stuff, but dude, what they've been doing lately, there's been some rock armoring and just a bunch of surprises that are out there that I thought were absolutely super rad on the XC side. So
Yeah,
if
I
you
need
haven't been there, get out there, check it out for sure.
I need to, and actually, the other weekend when Abigail and I went and rode, I almost took her there because she's never rode the XC trails, and she would probably even on. Honestly, I even thought about like her riding Hawkeye, just like rolling through those would probably be fun. And so, yeah, I need to make the trip out there and take her, and that'd be sick. But yeah, big shout out to Rambo. They're for an organization that's volunteer based and and funded the way it is. They're killing it, man.
They're doing really well.
They're killing.
They've got a new. It's like an 8x8, maybe like a 5x8, 6x8 trailer.
Yeah, really nice.
Fully Rambo wrap, dude. That thing is nice, dude. I'm stoked for them.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I need to come around the XC stuff. Dude, I haven't raced a quick six in years because I just like, for some reason, that weekend falls on something for me every year, and I need to do it.
Make it happen, bro.
No, I know, bro. I need to, for sure.
Well, killer. Well, I feel pretty wrapped.
Yeah. I feel wrapped up. Except there was one thing on my mind, and now I was trying to think of it while you were talking, and I don't know, I lost it. I got it, dude.
Yes.
Okay, this is a you question, and I want everybody to weigh in. I'm gonna clip this for Instagram. This has nothing to do with me. This is a legitimate question. Okay, should Blue Monkey be changed to the name South Shore?
Yes.
Okay, I agree. I think it's a sick name, but my only stipulation was leave the Blue Monkey, just change the trail name, because the Blue Monkey is iconic. So I say my vote for this was that big blue monkey that Zach Mays made. Leave it on the tree because it's sick, and then just we'll call it South Shore because it was brought up as a joke, and now everybody calls that trail South Shore, and I think it needs to stick. So we'll get everybody's opinion. I lost him.
No, I'm here. I'm good. I'm good. I'm thinking. I'm deep in thought.
I know I lost you in thought. That's what I meant.
Yeah. You broke the system.
Mm-hmm.
So for those that don't know what we're talking about, South Shore or Blue Monkey, which is possibly in the works of being renamed, even though Cason's been fired from Jared's anyway.
No. I want to preface in saying that I have no say in that. Like anything we say on this podcast will change nothing.
Cason has no pull anymore.
Yeah. I didn't have pull before. Let's be honest.
Fair enough. But so Blue Monkey, basically, like the Jared's crew decided, hey, we want to build some skinnies and stuff, right? Am I correct in saying this?
Yes, and I will take a little bit of credit there that the majority of those skinnies were my idea that prefaced into the crew's bigger ideas,
nice.
The crew killed it. But I do want to, for those of you that's like how this started, it's like me and the crew. We did some thinking, and shout out to Josh and Jared for being on board because those are not cheap to build.
They brought North Shore, Vancouver, British Columbia style skinny ladder building to Georgia.
Yeah. And it's sick. So if you shameless plug. Dude, it's going to be the sickest trail in the Southeast, bro.
Dude, I saw some of the machine work that some of the guys were doing. And I was like, yo, that's like, I don't know if that's a lip or a lander, but that's long. And that has some vert to it. I saw the post that looks cool.
Yeah, I saw them post that. I was like, dang. And there's a wall ride, dude. Right before I left, actually, we were working on a wall ride and they finished it. So there is a true wooden wall ride there now on that trail.
Heck yeah. So yeah, they're bringing that BC style down to Georgia, which I think is sick. While Cason and some of the crew was working, I was up there installing. I was actually installing some gutters at Jared's place. We guttered the shop all the way around. So now when you go and it's raining a little bit, you won't just have like water like spilling on your bike and on your head. So we got that covered up. And then when I finished up that project, Cason and the crew were kind of up there working on some South Shore. So I got to go see a little bit of what they were up to. And it was, I think for a lot of folks that aren't familiar with riding skinnies, it's going to take a minute for you to get your head wrapped around it.
Yeah, and it's going to be like, I don't know of any trails anywhere close to Jared's that is gonna have what that trail is about to have. Like, you're talking about a a couple miles of gnarly blue/black skinny features. Like, you're talking about wall rides, A-frames. I think we have a skinny that's over 100 feet long. Like, bruh, it's gonna make some waves, and I think the GoPro footage and the Insta360 footage,
This is
through
gonna look sick.
the
Yeah.
Shred It You're On jerseys. I mean, it's gonna be dope.
Yeah,
Be dope.
absolutely, dude, for sure. Man, it's gonna be a unique trail to Georgia that I don't think that style of building we haven't seen down here in the Southeast. Like, I've seen some of it. You get a little bit of it at Snowshoe.
Yeah. And Florida too.
There's
Florida does a little bit of it, but
where?
Florida.
Yeah, like some of the Santos stuff, and yeah, you'll see a little bit of that there, and I've encountered some of it at Snowshoe, but like Cason's saying, on the scale that they're building this trail at,
Dude, it's nuts. Like, I'm
it's
not just
gonna be
hyping it
rad.
up, bro. I'm not just hyping it up, but like the last couple times I rode at Jared's, I've literally only been riding that trail because it's so crazy. Like, it blows my mind. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna draw a lot of people up to the top of the mountain. I think the people that didn't want to walk or hike or ride their bike up to the top of the mountain, you're about to get your mind changed when you see some of the footage from this trail. It's sick.
You're gonna go up.
Yeah, I'm fired up about it. I could talk about it forever, dude. There's some sick.
Well, hell yeah.
But on that note, man, good podcast.
Yeah.
And thank you, Specialized Bicycle Components, man. It's so good to have them on board, and it's going to be a good journey. And thank you to all of our other sponsors for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, dude, good to see you, man. I feel like I know it's only been a week, but I feel like it's been a minute. I know we've both been super busy. And to everybody out there in Rip and Shred land, we just hope you keep riding the line.
You.
Before we wrap this up, huge thank you to the brands that make Ridin the Line possible. Big thanks to Specialized Bicycle Components. From trail bikes and EMTBs like the Levo platform to road, gravel, helmets, shoes, and some of the best tires in the game, they're not just building bikes. They're building the full ride experience. Whether you're racing, training, or just chasing better days on the trail, Specialized has it dialed from top to bottom. Check them out at specialized.com. Shout out to CTS Media. Websites, photography, videography, and marketing strategies for brands that actually want to grow. If you're serious about leveling up your business, head to ctsmedia.org. Appreciate Shred It You're On. Innovative jersey solutions that let you run a GoPro or action cam straight through the jersey while keeping your sponsors visible. Built for riders who create. Check them out at shredyouron.com. And big thanks to Gutter Getters, keeping homes dialed so you can stay focused on riding. We appreciate all of you supporting the sponsors and who support the show. We'll see you on the next one.